We know through painful experience that freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. Frankly, I've yet to engage in a direct action campaign that was well-timed in the view of those who have not suffered endurely from the disease of segregation. For years now, I've heard the word wait. It rings in the ear of every Negro with piercing familiarity. This word, wait, has always meant never. We must come to see, with one of our distinguished jurists, that justice too long delayed is justice denied. We have waited. We have waited for more than 340 years for our constitutional and God-given rights. The nations of Asian Africa are moving with jet-like speed toward gaining political independence. Perhaps it is easy for those who have never felt the stinging darts of segregation to say, wait. But when you have seen the vicious mobs lynch your mothers and fathers at will and drown your sisters and brothers at whim, when you have hate-filled police curse, kick, and even kill your black brothers and sisters, when you see the vast majority of your 20 million Negro brothers smothering in an outright cage of poverty in the midst of an affluent society, when you suddenly find your tongue twisted and your speech stammering as you seek to explain to your 6-year-old daughter why she can't go to a public amusement park that was advertised on television, and then seeing tears welling up in her eyes when she is told that Funtown is closed to colored children, and see ominous clouds of inferiority beginning to form in her little mental sky, and then see her beginning to distort her personality by developing an unconscious bitterness toward white people. When you have to concoct an answer for a 5-year-old son who is asking, Daddy, why do white people hate colored people so much? When you take a cross-country drive and find it necessary to sleep night after night in the uncomfortable corners of an automobile because no motel will accept you. When you are humiliated day in and day out by nagging signs reading white and colored. When your first name becomes nigger and your middle name becomes boy and your last name becomes John, and your wife and mother are never given the respected title of Miss. When you are hurried by day and hunted by night by the fact that you are a Negro, living constantly at tippy-toe stance, never quite knowing what to expect next, and are plagued with inner fear, outward resentments. When you are forever fighting a degrading sense of nobodiness, then, and only then, will you understand why it's difficult to wait. There will come a time when the cup of endurance will run over, when men and women will no longer be willing to plunge into the abyss of despair. And I hope, sir, that you understand our legitimate and unavoidable impatience.